2 times, tapping in, right? So check it, right? A lot of times you'll see these videos about how strenuous and unhealthy trucking is. And to some degree, it's true, but it's not entirely true, right? Especially as far as like the health part goes, right? Talk about that part. So I remember when I first got into trucking, I first got my Class A, I started off as a delivery driver doing beverage. And if you've ever done beverage or whatever, you know, like you get running in and out of the stores, right? Busting down pallets of cases, stacking them up on the dolly, running them in and out, right? Because in the beginning, I was working a side loader. And so when you go into all these different locations, right, you start to see, you know, sometimes you deliver to restaurants, convenience stores, you know, gas stations, 7-Elevens, all that kind of stuff, right? So when I first started, I used to pack my lunch. But at some point, right, like you get on the go, you moving, you know, I got it in my head like, man, I just pick something out while I'm out on the route, right? I pick something up. Taco stands, burger joints, all that kind of stuff, right? Because you moving about, you everywhere, right? Different cities, up and down different streets. You seeing everything that everybody got to offer, right? As far as food goes. So at some point I quit packing my lunch and I'm like, man, I picked something up on the route, right? And I might have started like maybe once or twice a week. Then next thing you know, it turned into every day. Right now, I'm not packing my lunch at all. I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna get going. Don't even worry about that. Pick me up something out there, right? And most of those choices, but this thing, most of those choices are unhealthy, right? So when we be seeing these truck drivers like out there and they be overweight, or you might see these videos like, oh, we can't eat healthy, or we all we got is bad options and there's no way around it, right? Partially true, but for the most part, from my experience, it starts out with a choice and then it turns into a habit. And then once it turns into a habit, it's pretty downhill from there, right? Because like when I first started, like I said, I was doing delivery. I might have been like maybe 205, 210, something like that, right? When I'm busting them cases coming off that side loader, stacking up them pallets and all that type of stuff, right? I dropped down to like 195, right? I'm like, okay, I'm doing cool, right? But mind you, I only did that for like a short period, and then I got into like the management part because I was like, man, this shit kind of tearing my body up, right? You little, you know, shoulder aches, back a little sore, knees, you know what I mean? Because you in and out of the truck, up and down, right? With that part. So it is, as far as delivery go, that could be kind of strenuous, right? So I get into management, right? So now I'm not as active, but I didn't already created the habit of not packing me a lunch and just eating on the go. So now, right now, I can really just go eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it, right? Because I'm on salary. It ain't like I got to clock out for lunch or nothing like that. If I feel like dipping out of the office, go whatever, like, I could go do that, right? So it's pizza, it's hoagies, it's burritos, it's burgers, right? We finding new spots, sharing it with each other, like, oh man, they got this barbecue joint, we go check out. You know, hey, y'all want to go to Denny's for breakfast, man? Let's go hit up there. You know what I mean? Just all this different kind of stuff, right? And I just remember, man, like my pants start fitting tighter. You know what I'm saying? My jackets and shirts start fitting tighter. You know what I mean? And now when other drivers walk past me, they poking at my stomach. You know what I'm saying? They like, damn, you like, you know what I'm saying? You look like you pregnant out here, man. You know what I'm saying? When you about to be due, right? So I'm like, man, so I really, you know, I tried to like correct it, get into the gym, all that type of stuff, right? Long story short, I end up in management for some years, man. I can't drop this weight. So I go to decide, man, let me not decide, but I'm like, man, I ain't been to the doctor in a while, man. Let me go to the doctor. When I say in a while, like some years, right? So man, let me go to the doctor, just to get a little checkup, see what's going on with me, things of that nature, right? I get to the doctor like, man, you got high cholesterol. I'm like, shit. And he like, yeah, and you got an uptick on your sugar, man. So you need to watch it, man. So I'm gonna put you on some medicine for your high cholesterol. You need to start watching what you eat as far as your sugar goes, man. So you need to let them breads, them rices, potatoes, all that type of stuff go, right? Which is everything that I love, right? I love a sandwich, love a burrito. You know what I'm saying? Love fried rice. You know what I'm saying? My favorite, right? So, and he like, man, you need to work out. But I'm telling him, like, man, I've been working out, man, but I can't. So I started to let that stuff go. I dropped, oh, mind you, I got up to like 232, right? When I went to the doctor, let's go back. When I went to the doctor and they weighed me in initially, I was like 232, 233, something like that. So I'm already knowing, I'm like, man, that's why my clothes fitting funny and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why shit don't feel like it used to, right? And I was being kind of stubborn. I was like, I'm not buying bigger clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to accept this as my life and just like, cool, let me just go get some bigger clothes. Like, nah, man. You know what I mean? So, at that point, I was like a size 2X, but I was rocking a 1X. You know what I'm saying? On the arms, swole. You know what I'm saying? Looking swole on the arms, man. You look at the rest of that shit, you like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go get them people they clothes back, man. This shit ain't yours, right? So anyway, right? So I'm 232. The doctor tell me about the high cholesterol and how my sugar going up. He like, you gotta do something about this, man. So I'm like, all right, cool, man. Right. So mind you, I'm still in management though. So I'm still got these bad habits. And then I start working a night shift in management. Super bad, right? So now my sleep all jacked up, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It was like a stressful, at this point, I moved somewhere different. It was a stressful environment. So I'm leaving out. I'm going to go sit up in Denny's for about an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? It's midnight. I'm eating pancakes, you know what I mean? Bacon and eggs. You know what I'm saying? Man, I might, hey man, let me let me get an apple pie, you know what I'm saying, with a scoop of ice cream before I get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like just going bad. So boom, I'm like, oh man, something gotta change. So at some point, right, due to the job, right, and what I was doing, I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm gonna go back driving. So then I get back driving, but now when I get back driving, I'm not in a physical position like I was before. And now I'm just doing drop and hook, which is just as bad. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is that I'm doing a lot more driving, so I'm not stopping at a whole bunch of places with a whole bunch of different food options, right? So now I'm like, well, I gotta pack my lunch. So, you know what I mean, just to get me through the day. And so I started packing my lunch, but in the beginning, man, I'm packing all kind of shit. I'm just stuffing shit up in there, right? Whatever can fit in the bag, I'm doing it, right? All kind of stuff, extras. You know what I'm saying? Energy drinks, chips. You know what I'm saying? Granola bars, just all the bullshit, right? And like I say, like gaining weight and being overweight and unhealthy as a driver is really like a choice, right? It's not the industry as to why we end up like that. It's really the choices that we making, right? So at some point, man, I just started to make better choices, right? Little by little. It wasn't like all at once. It was little by little. Little by little, it's like, all right, I'm gonna work out a little bit more, right? Then it's like, all right, I'm gonna eat a little bit less. Still eating the same type of stuff though, right? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna eat a little bit less. Then it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna work out a little bit more. Then I'm gonna start changing some of the stuff that I'm eating, right? So that brings me to this, right? So like now, right, when I get through my day, I keep it light, right? You ain't gotta go nothing crazy, right? I got me this right here, right? Frozen acai bowl, right? With some blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Got the acai mix up in there. It's frozen, right? You gotta get the spoon, mix it up. You know what I mean? I take my little trail mix, you know what I mean? Drop that up in there. It come with a granola mix with some coconut. Drop that up in there. You know what I mean? And then add a little A little protein, man. I mean, a little peanut butter cup. Drop that up in there, right? And that'll hold me, right? Because it's like, as a driver, like, at least what I be saying, man, like dudes be packing out. Oh, shit. Hold on, let me get y'all back. Gotta get back to work. Share, like, subscribe, man.